What's up, everybody? Today we're going to solve some equations using square roots. Got two examples here. Before we jump to the examples, just want to kind of talk about the main idea. So the whole main idea is that if you have any equation involving x squared, taking the square root of x squared is just going to get you x. So squares and square roots are inverse operations of each other. So the whole idea when you're solving equations with square roots is we want to get the x squared all by itself and then take the square root of both sides. So on number 20, the very first thing I'm going to do, or number 1, sorry, the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move the 20 over. So I've got 5x squared equals 20. And then I'm going to divide by 5. So x squared is going to be equal to 4. Now I'm going to go ahead and take the square roots on both sides. Now, last little catch with this is when you take the square roots, when you're solving an equation for x, there are actually two possible answers you could get. You could get 2, or you could get -2. Okay, the reason for that is -2 times -2 gets you +4. Most of the time, what we're going to do is we're just going to write this instead of as 2 or -2. You're just going to write x equals, and then use something called a plus or minus symbol. So this is plus or minus 2. So positive or -2 are my answers. Okay, number 2. Let's do the same thing. So I'm going to move the 4 over. So I've got 2x squared equals 64. So x squared is 32 divided by 2, both sides. Okay, let's take the square root. Now, when you are solving and you do not have a perfect square, there's going to be two different types of answers that you could give. We could, of course, round this and give a decimal answer. We could also simplify 32 and give a radical answer. I'm going to start with the decimal answer first. I'm going to take the square root of 32, and let's just go ahead and round to the nearest tenth. So 5.65, I'm going to call that 5.7. So I'm going to say for the decimal answer, x equals plus or minus 5.7. For the radical answer, let's take 32. Think about, do any perfect squares go into 32? I think 16 does. 16 times 2. So the radical version of my answer is x equals plus or minus 4 root 2. Again, you can check this just by using the calculator. I'm going to take 4 times the square root of 2 and make sure that I get the exact same thing.